If you've been in acting for any time, maybe this is for the rest of your our lives as
Mm,
well. But it seems like in what we do, it is all about wait, wait, hurry up. We don't have any time. Wait, wait, hurry up. There's no time. Do you ever feel like that, Gabby?
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. That is
That's
the
that's the nature of death, especially in
story
the
of
commercial world.
what we do.
Commercial is all about that. Commercial is like, we want to hold you for a session.
Never
Oh, we got to
ends.
change the holds. We're gonna
Oh,
they're pushing it by a week. Legal's not ready. It's like three, and then all of a
there's a
sudden
script
they're like,
change. Wait, there's a
yeah,
script change.
and then they're literally like, "Can you do the session in a half an hour?" I'm like,
I,
"What?"
we
Yeah.
need it now.
Mhm.
Oh my
Mhm. Mhm.
goodness. Anyways, hi everyone. It's good to see you. I just had to. I mean, like it is. Ever since I started acting
Mhm.
as a kid,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
just been the same way, and I'm sure it was like that way before
Mhm.
me. But any Hoosers, hello everyone. Welcome. It's Friday.
Yay.
Open Forum Friday. This is a VO Journey Academy Live. My name is Anthony,
I'm Gabby.
and we are voice actors doing voice actor things and talking to you about
Yeah.
voice acting. In the meantime, while y'all are filing in, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell
Mhm.
notification so that you know when we're live.
Yeah.
And also say hello. So, Open Forum Friday is where you bring your questions,
Mhm.
post them in the chat, we answer them, and we have a great conversation. So please bring your questions. It can be about anything. We were talking about taxes.
We're
Oy,
gonna
oy,
talk about
oy. And
taxes.
we're
Oh
going to be
boy.
talking about taxes
We're
next
gonna
week.
talk about taxes next week.
And as much as I think we all cringe at the word, it is so important to not run away, because government doesn't run away. So we need to talk about it and make sure that we're on the same board. Hey, you and I are like kind of
Mhm.
semi-matching today.
Oh, we
We
are.
kind of got a
Look
similar
at
color
that.
shirt on. Very
Okay.
nice. I don't
Well,
have
I,
your
I
cool
do
hair though.
appreciate when my work husband puts in the effort to
I
match
try.
match.
I
I
try.
appreciate
Try
that.
very hard.
We determined we had our so every Friday we have a staff meeting and we determined today that Anthony now has like 7 work wives. So he has a small
We
harem at
have a
home.
big cat. We
Um,
have I was going to say cast. We have a big we our staff has really
mhm.
grown
Like
quite a
huge.
bit.
Huge.
It is very
Yeah.
exciting. And for everybody knows, I mean, yes, we have an amazingly nice sized audience here on YouTube, but we're talking about for VO Journey Academy and
Mhm.
Academy Voices and everything. And I mean, we have like yeah, like 7 or 8 people. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Isn't that wild?
That's
We've got
wonderful.
all new instructors. So let
Yes.
me tell you, can I just take a minute to talk about Vojo last night?
Please.
Oh my
So, well, first off, I
God.
remind everybody what Vojo is, just in
So
case.
Vojo is Avio's Journey's outspoken women. It is our
Mm,
women's group, our sorority, our sisterhood.
mm.
Holy crapola. So I have long said, right, I have really talented friends in this business, and I believe that, you got to share, right? You got to share. And so last night, our guest speaker, guest coach was Diana Conley. And I don't think I've ever seen a reception like that. I mean, these women lost the first of all, she was so entertaining. Like she's and I knew she would be, but she even blew me away. And so informative and so full of insights and value and details. And I mean, the topic was very specifically on romance audiobooks and
Mm.
romance, like yeah,
Fastest,
fastest.
fastest, fastest.
But she went so far above and beyond that. We ended up talking about techniques that are just valuable across the board. I mean, it was, I will say this was really funny. We had one gentleman because we don't bar the boys from playing. We just ask that they respectfully just audit, right? We had one gentleman pop in late in the class, and I swear to you, it was the worst timed entry because it was a very honest discussion about sex, and man, he was there and like he 30 seconds, he was like, whoa, and left.
Oh, that is so
And
funny.
I couldn't stop laughing. His reaction was
Oh my
priceless,
goodness.
priceless. Yeah, but it was an incredible, I can't say enough. And so, that's been the trend I've been trying to just
Yes.
create here is bringing the women of the group, and a little bit of additional value, a little bit of extra love.
Mm.
Diana very cute. Diana called everybody Gabby's girls last night, which I was like, "Oh, it's so cute."
Oh, that's
So sweet.
awesome.
So that made me feel great. Yeah, but anyway, it was a
And spread
blast.
the word
Um,
too. Like we
yeah,
want, spread the word to other people. Let them know what's going on. It's
yeah, I
wonderful.
think women in voiceover definitely need to know that this exists and it's a space for them. And it's just so important. It's so important to have community. And I will say, oh man, acting is not a solo sport. It never has been. Um,
No, it's not.
no,
Which is
no,
so
and it
interesting about voiceover,
it
right? Is that
is because
we
we're in a
we
freaking
isolate ourselves.
vacuum.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
then I think at some point we sort of realize, if you don't already, right, the value of community, and you go, holy crap, this is what I've been missing. This is what my voiceover career has been lacking.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's incredible how quickly your skills are furthered
Hmm.
when you have that. And it's not right because it's not so much, I don't know. I feel like a lot of things click into place, perspective, um, seeing other viewpoints about casting and about auditions and watching other actors make decisions. That has always, for me, been my biggest learning tool. Like seeing another actor make a decision that I can go, oh, I would never have thought of that. Why didn't I think of that before? And then kind of putting those pieces together of analyzing their decision making and then being able to use that knowledge later. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. I think that's a really cool way because I always learn as an actor, you learn by watching. Um, you know, you're going to yes, you invent characters, yes, you do those things, but the
Mhm.
reality is that you can only invent things or build things based off of previous knowledge, right? So the more you know, the more you see, the more you watch, the more you expand yourself, and it can extremely be helpful.
Oh yeah. When I work with people one on one, I have a series of scripts that I like to use, and I like right. Each script is there for a reason, right? I
Hmm.
picked it because it represents a particular challenge or a particular area of the industry. And sometimes, like even me, like I'm like, okay, I've seen this script 100 times. I've seen hundreds of people, right, attempt this script. I sort of know every which way. And then every once in a blue moon, somebody comes along and does something that makes me go, huh, I never thought of that. Like,
Oh yeah.
wow. And it just
Yes.
sort of reinvigorates,
That is
right?
the cool thing about being a
Yeah.
teacher too,
Yeah.
right? And being a coach is that you get to learn. I mean, I would say some of the most exciting things about coaching is all the things you learn, and then the knowledge then you get to share with other people because you learned. I mean, I can't list on my on a piece of paper how many things I've learned from just coaching people, not just acting, but things that are going on in the industry, things they were seeing, things they were going through. It's just so wonderful. So we've got some questions. We've got a
Yeah.
question over here with some people saying wonderful things about Vojo, which we love.
Yeah.
Okay, so Studio, which that looks
Oh, it's
like
Sarah.
Sarah, right? I think it's Sarah. Yes, it is Sarah. I keep hearing people talk about classical training to not hurt your voice when making different voices. Can you speak to any of those techniques? Absolutely. So when you hear people, I'll start, Gabby. When you hear people talking about classical training, I think it's like a fancy word to mean like we're going to first start with basics.
Mm,
Okay, so and then classical kind of makes you originally then start to think of Shakespeare, start to think of the Greeks, start to think about
right.
all of these things, right? Very chorus esque type of stuff, which I know Gabby loves. And so, but I think to answer your question, first off, for not hurting your voice. So, breath control, working on breath control, working on controlling your voice is an aspect of this. So, we do this through breathing exercises. We do this through warm up exercises. We do this through tongue twisters. We do this through speech exercises. These are exercises, these are things, it's funny. If you think about, if you look, do you ever watch, well, I love Pygmalion, of course, the book, but of course, everybody's ever watched the amazing movie, God, when I can't believe I remember the name of the book and forgot the name of the what you know what I mean, Pygmalion. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
Where
you've lost
she,
me.
yeah, who put someone put in the chat knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, this is where she is it was it what was it? Oh, anyways, I forgot. Gosh, I'm forgetting everybody's names. Anyways, the point is that it's about a woman who's in London and she speaks very poorly. And then she finds this man, or man finds her, who is a dialect coach, right? And they make a bet to I cannot believe I forgot the name of the movie, to see if they can help her. Thank you. Oh my
My
goodness.
Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady.
Okay.
The book's called Pygmalion, right? But it's My Fair
Mm,
Lady. I can't believe it. Anyways, but the reason why I brought that up was because in that book, I'm not saying we don't, for goodness sake, don't stick marbles in your mouth,
mm,
but they do a variety of speech and warm up lessons, and so this type of training where you are actually specifically doing things to speak better,
mm,
to say your words in a certain way, and to control those words and your voice and the breath and the things that you do. You could that would be the first part of this classical training, because typically nowadays, right, it's so much more of go go, just do it, let it fly.
mhm,
What are like, and it's all about what you're feeling,
mhm,
and and all that stuff, which is important. But classical training focuses on specific, like, non-negotiables about how we breathe and how we speak and how we shape our words and how we control all of that, right, through practice and exercises. So those are very good. Yes, exactly. Linguistics, phonetics,
yeah.
and
Articulation. Yeah.
you have to learn how to control your voice in order to do those things properly.
The other thing that classical focuses on is anatomy.
Mm, mm-hmm,
There's not enough talk in the modern
mm,
disciplines about the anatomy,
yeah,
right? What does the voice, the vocal folds, what is happening internally? And this is not just your throat, but it's your diaphragm, it's your breathing. And so, it's one of the reasons why I'm always going back to singing. I'm like, I don't care if you can't sing.
right,
That's fine,
exactly.
right? I am a terrible singer, but there are aspects of what we do that, yeah, they're strengthened by chorus, they're strengthened by those approaches. Yeah, so
Hmm.
a lot of it.
Absolutely. No,
Um,
great question. Great question. Okay, so Tracy says, "What are the best things to keep your vocals moist? I need more than water."
More than water. I mean, water is the number one answer. That being said, there are steamers. There are those, vocal mister steamer machines that you can buy, where you can actually, a lot of singers use them. You can steam your vocal cords.
Yes.
Those are very popular. Yeah. I mean, really,
I
it.
was thinking of coffee.
No, not coffee. Coffee does not.
Oh.
Slippery elm root. That's the other one I always go to.
Yes. Yes.
It's this. Oh, it's so gross. I have it in my house. I have it in raw form. It's literally a bark of a tree, and it's incredibly viscous when it's in water.
Now, this might be interesting, but actually, one of the best, and so being hydrated, of course, is also important.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
yes, water while you're doing something, but remember, water while you're doing something is good, but being hydrated is what you've done from the day before.
It's
Um,
systemic versus topical. Yes.
exactly. And
Hmm.
also, interestingly enough, when you start to study, and I've been, we do a lot of this studying, also helping the kids because we're doing football right now and we're outside in the dead heat of summer, and being dehydrated is a very real concern.
Mhm.
So, things that you might not realize, milk is one of the best things that you can actually do to stay hydrated and to rehydrate yourself. People will admit that's why you see runners eating bananas and chocolate milk. All right, because it actually really rehydrates you. You wouldn't think, but it does. It's a very interesting thing. And because people generally think, well, water, water, water. Water is wonderful, of course, but it's not actually the main rehydrant. It's a very interesting, right?
Hmm.
But whatever you choose to do, right, you want to make sure you do it, just like you said, systemically over and over again, that it just is always happening on a regular basis. I would say one of the biggest things too is that, and I know we all are doing it here, but we do have to treat this is, even though we're sitting here or just standing in one place, this is still an active use of parts of our body that have
Mhm.
to be taken care of
Mhm.
and have to be trained and as well as looked after. So it cannot be sleep. I know these things aren't just the general like, but as water, but sleep is super important.
Mhm. Mhm.
I learned that a lot because at 2 in the morning, you don't sound the same you do at 10
Mm-mm.
a.m.
Mm-mm.
And you'll learn you if you haven't already. Everybody as voice actors knows pretty early on the difference in how you sound in different parts of the day.
Yeah.
As well as so one thing I learned early on about my voice and the moisture in my throat and everything was that early on I was so nervous about things too because I was just new and everything that I often my voice would go dry. I often at times I didn't even know who this person was speaking. It was so different because I was just so
Mhm.
nervous. So I think after time, you can gain confidence, and that confidence can turn into less issues because the more confident I was, the more I actually talked in front of a microphone for long periods of time, the less issues I had.
Mhm. Mhm.
But up front, because it's just like a muscle. If you stop doing it for a while, it's just like after you like if you ever not done a voiceover for a couple of days and then you go into it and you're like, uh oh. You just always I don't know if you ever have it. So you're
Mhm.
always like, okay, I'll get back into this. It's just like being on a stage. So
I always say after a break or a long holiday, or anything,
mhm.
I like get back on mic and I'm like, what is wrong with my mouth? Why,
Exactly.
why is it not working?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Kat said, however, milk causes mucus, aka mouth noises, right? So, what I was talking about milk and things like that is that it's a good rehydrant, so it's good to drink milk. You might not want to drink it while you are narrating, okay? But at the same time, it is just a rehydrant. So if it causes mucus, for you, clearly don't do it.
Yeah.
A lot
There's
of people will claim don't drink coffee.
mhm.
I drink coffee all the time while I'm narrating. It's really based on you specifically.
There's no actual data to suggest that milk or dairy actually does create mucus. It's just some people they don't like the feel that
Right.
it creates, and they believe that it causes mouth noise. So that's why a lot of us tend to avoid it. But
I never ever thought of milk as a rehydrant or something that was
mm,
very good for you,
yeah.
but it's incredible the data behind it and even, if you start to look in what happens, like for example, Gatorade is good for well actually, does everybody know on the side know where Gatorade was created?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, so it's
University of
what
Florida. Mm-hmm.
right. It wasn't like it was, created so much out of the need for science-based back stuff. But anyways, um, the point is that, take care of your voice, I think, and that all these things that you mentioned to Gabby will be very
Mm-hmm.
helpful.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, a lot of different folks
yes.
weighing in on this one with different comments,
Yes,
and
yes,
yeah,
yes.
because it is
And
such a
that's what I learned about this because I tried them all. I tried, like I said, I tried lemons. I tried
mm,
the special stuff from that you're supposed to buy. I tried
mhm,
apples. I tried gum. I tried drops. I tried steamers. I tried everything under the
mm,
sun, and I found that what a bunch of people said worked for them didn't necessarily work for me.
yeah.
So just like you said, so
Yeah.
you've got to find what works for you. Okay, so yeah, we're really big on this
Yeah,
hydration thing. Yeah,
that's
I think
about
that's
I
an
mean, that's
important one.
about, I think, time for us,
It
though.
is about time.
Yeah.
So no one ventured in, smart people. No one wanted to venture into taxes on Friday. That's
Not
too much
yet,
for
not for a
Friday.
Friday. No, no.
Not
We'll
for
tackle that on
Friday.
Monday.
Oh. Well, listen, everybody. Thank you so much for being here as always. And I think just to real quick restate about Vojo, the voice VO Journey Outspoken Women. It's an amazing group that Gabby and I got together, and Gabby had this idea to really put together, I think, a group that would be supportive and unifying for women and helpful, because there really isn't much out there, if not any out there,
Yeah.
for women at this point. And after coaching a lot of women myself, and I still do, there are so many challenges that men and women, women and men face differently
Yeah.
in the industry. And so much of what is in the industry, again, and it's not out of malice or
Mm-mm.
issue, right? But so much of what's in the industry, because there's been so many male engineers, just male in general, right? So much of it is just inherently male,
Mhm.
right? Even with the pitch of your voice, all the different things with Gabby, you're such a big proponent of the editing, the difference in editing and
Equipment.
mastering for
Yeah.
men and women. So I think it's just such an amazing opportunity for women to get together, and we'd love to have you. All you have to do is join VO Journey Academy to be a part of it, and
Yeah.
it's growing into such an amazing community. So thank you for all you're doing with that, Gabby. I think that's
Oh
wonderful.
God, my pleasure. I'm learning more from these ladies than you could ever imagine. It's incredible.
Well, thank you. That's right. Sarah said that's a Monday problem for the taxes.
Oh, for
Absolutely.
sure.
All right, you guys. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you guys so much for being with us. Bye bye. Bye
Bye.
bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you.